What it do, Packer Nation? I'm Camille Davis coming to you on the Pack a Day YouTube channel after my goodness. What do we even call this? What was this that we just had to subject our eyes to watching on Monday Night Football? Packers lose 10-7 to the Eagles at home. Packers are now 5-3-1. That is good for third place now in the NFC North. That is also now good for seventh place in the conference. And this is just one of those games where you're watching and it's like this. It's real tough when you lose a game and your defense doesn't allow more than 10 points. Your defense held the Eagles to 10 points and you could not get more than that. Shoot, I mean the defense even 16 points. Here's okay, let me just say this. What I have taken away from this game is that the Packers have a Super Bowl caliber defense and the offense has to be better. Like that right now, there is no complimentary football being played in Green Bay right now because the offense right now is not holding up to their end of the bargain. That's the takeaway from this loss to the Eagles. The defense doing its job in all three losses so far. All three losses, the Packers defense gave up no more than 16 points. 16 points last week to the Panthers. They gave up 13 points to Cleveland. They gave up 10 points here to the Eagles. All losses because the offense could not do their job. 7 points? Seven? And I know, listen, the Packers have some injuries. That plays a part. If we're being completely fair, it plays a part, right? Because you had no Reed, who's been out for a while now. You didn't have Tucker Kraft for the first time so far this season. So this game was already going to be challenging because you're trying to find a way to replace what Tucker Kraft gave you in this offense. And in the very first crack at that, not a good showing. Not a good showing. Does not help that you also did not have Matthew Golden in this game. And then you lost Romeo Doubs in the third quarter with a chest injury. Not to mention the fact that they also lost Elton Jenkins in the third quarter as well. So you're looking at a receiving core that's down 3-4 key targets by the fourth quarter. You're without your starting center. It's tough. Understand. But when you look at the 10 possessions for the Packers offense in this game, punt, 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 fumble, downs, punt, touchdown, fumble, missed 64-yard field goal. It's just not good enough. The Packers offense wasn't good enough. The offensive line wasn't good enough. Too many times you would see Eagles defenders in the backfield immediately upon whoever the running back is in the game at that time getting the ball. Too many times where you saw wide receivers dropping passes in key situations. Too many times you saw Jordan Love making bad decisions. The pressure seemed like it was affecting him in this game. Too many times you saw the Eagles getting pressure with four consistently. It was just not good enough from the offense, and it's not going to cut it for a Packers team with Super Bowl aspirations. That's what I come away from this game with. And for some perspective on that, right? The Packers combined 20 points are the fewest in back-to-back games since 2017, December 2017, when they combined for 11 points in losses to both Minnesota and Detroit. Over the past two games, the Packers have had 11 drives where they took the ball into opposing team territory. They have scored only 20 total points on those 11 drives. Not good enough. They're going to have to figure it out. The bye week is in the past. Okay. We know the injuries are unfortunate. Yes, I understand that by the end of the game, the Packers' main receiving targets were Christian Watson, Dontavian Wicks, Malik Heath, and then Bo Melton, who was a receiver, then turned cornerback, then back to receiver again. I get it. But that does not change the fact that it was just not good enough. Even self-inflicted penalties on themselves, illegal formations, false starts, which, by the way, Packers got away with a false start on a quarterback sneak. The Eagles got away with a false start on a push tush, and then the Packers got called for a false start on another quarterback draw, which is what it is. It is what it is. Just found that kind of interesting. But again, the takeaway from this one for me, the defense is in good shape, especially when they're healthy, when they got wide in the middle, when you got your pass rushers, it looks like it can do the job. The offense, on the other hand, is on the struggle bus, from the players on the field to Matt LaFleur drawing up the plays and everything that goes with it. They have to be better. And it's going to have to start on the short week against the Giants in New York. The end of the season is not going to be an easy walk for the Green Bay Packers, and they're going to have to be course correcting on the fly, because the season ends like this: at Giants versus Vikings, at Lions versus Bears, at Broncos, at Bears versus Ravens, at the Vikings. Good luck. Good luck with all but one of your divisional games coming at the end of the season. So, hey, you can't make up ground that way, because if you get a win and that loss accounts for double, it feels like there. So there's still time for this team to overcome. There's time for this team to get better. But after these two losses, egg on the face of the Green Bay Packers, and they have to be better. Make sure you keep it locked into the Pack a Day Podcast YouTube page, and on the audio side of things, there's going to be so much more analysis on this game outside of my just general reaction of the offense has to be better. The defense is doing its job. That's the takeaway for me. But make sure y'all keep checking out. You know, Andy's going to have you covered with the more in-depth post-game reaction than this, plus the audio side. So much talent over there as well. So check that out. You can follow me at Camille Monet, Camille, Monae, on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, all of the things. And as always, win, loss, or draw, it don't matter. It's always go, Pack, go.
Hey friends, let's get our sleeper picks in for this upcoming Sunday. Rams, Seahawks. This one has the ability to be unbelievably epic. Who would have thought that going into the season? But let's make it a little bit more epic with sleeper. I'm going super simple on this one. The two most dynamic receivers in the NFL right now, Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith-Njigba, to both score touchdowns in this game. Jackson Smith-Njigba, more than one half touchdown scored. Puka Nacua, more than one half touchdown scored. I'm going to say they both score in this game in this must-have NFC West matchup. You can get your sleeper picks in, of course, over on Sleeper. Make it a little bit more fun. Make sure you get them in for Thursday Night Football, Sunday Football, Monday Night Football. Anytime there's football, it's awesome to do. The best part is that you can get a 100% match up to $100 by utilizing code PACKADAY. Again, a 100% match up to $100 by utilizing code PACKADAY. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper for details. Of course, they are available in over 25 states nationwide. So what are you waiting for? Get your sleeper picks in right now.